My name's Emily Regan-Wills, and I'm one of the co-directors of the Community Mobilization and Crisis Project. Thanks for coming to hear our video. So CMIC was founded in 2014 at the University of Ottawa, which is located on unceded Algonquin territory in the capital of the current state of Canada. And we were founded with a passion for providing access to post-secondary education for refugees. And that's been the area we've been working in, but as we've worked in that area, we've expanded to think more broadly about what it means to change the higher education system and to really alter some of the assumptions about access to education and about what education should look like in the higher education sector. And you can see there photo of several people who've been instrumental in the project, some of our core folks. Diana was our program manager. Nadia is my co-director. Isadora has been a researcher with us and has spearheaded our projects in Latin America. Judy also was our project manager and also worked on the programs in Lebanon, and that's me on the end there. Unfortunately, this photo was taken before Eukaria joined the team, so we don't have her in this one. So what CMIC does is we create open educational resources that are built out of co-creation with mobilizers who are surviving crisis situations, not always displacement, but including those dealing with displacement. And we create those materials because we realized that we needed materials that were well tailored to the situation of refugee and crisis-affected learners, and that, so many of our colleagues used North American textbooks in the Middle East where we started out because those were the only ones available. And when we wanted to run programming, we realized we needed to create our own curriculum. And so we've created a lot of materials. We're continuing to create them. And then we use them to offer all sorts of learning opportunities. Lots of them have been kind of on the 6 to 8 week space, and others have been, others have been shorter trainings, and then we've also incorporated them into academic classes. And finally, we also learned through using the materials the problem that we did not have good technology that didn't put barriers or make pedagogical assumptions right in how the systems were built, and that we needed to change that. And so one of our goals is to build an open learning platform that works from a non-hierarchical notion of what learning can be. So we describe our co-creation process as circular, as all co-creation processes are. We start by gathering stories and getting examples of people working with their communities to try to make change during moments of crisis or dealing with challenges in their community. And once we've collected those stories, we use them to create learning materials. And our learning materials take a couple different formats. We then use those learning materials with mobilizers in training and with students in university classes, and we make them publicly available so others can use them. And then we support mobilizers using the knowledge they gain to actually start mobilizations that make meaningful change. And then we ask if we can collect those stories to continue the cycle. Here you can get a little map of where we have worked. You'll see that there are a couple different colors, and unfortunately the Middle East is very small, which is where we've worked most of our energy. But we've collected case studies in a number of countries. We've held trainings in a number of countries. And in a couple of countries, we've managed to do both. That would be Lebanon, Brazil, Iraq. And we are moving towards having a more robust program in Niger that will hopefully be rising over the next year. We also, if I were updating this today, I'd have Zimbabwe marked in purple. And hopefully soon, Zimbabwe will be striped because we've been working there with some new projects. And our process around building materials is really around connection with the people we are learning with and from. So here you can see Isadora, who's meeting with Paulo from the Tempo de Implantar program in Brasilia. And obviously this was the height of the pandemic when she was interviewing him, but was able to be there and learn with him. You've got my colleague Nadia interviewing a student at UADOA, Mozaina, who did a lot of great organizing in Lebanon and was able to share her experience for our students. And then you've got me with two of my friends, Lena and Rasha, who were at the time working with our organizational partner in Palestine. This was called Dahlia Association, and I was there recording an event in the town of Netline. And so, we go and we really build connections with people, and we try to understand what they know, and then we take that knowledge and we move it into a format that can be shared. And then we sit down with people and they discuss, right? So here you can see in the upper left, that's the pilot that was run by our partner Youth Speak in Dohuk in the Kurdistan region of Iraq with mostly Syrian Kurdish youth. Below that, you can see that's a photo from one of the training of trainers in Beirut that we ran. In the center, you have a youth workshop that I organized in Toronto with the Arab Community Center of Toronto. Upper right, you have participants in our 3-week pilot in the Bekaa Valley in Lebanon, a combination of Lebanese, Syrian, and Palestinian NGO workers. And below that, you have a pilot that we ran and supported at the University of Brasilia, where the students put together a pilot to train their own skills as human rights defenders. So that's what we do, and I hope you'll be able to look through our materials that we've linked here. And if you have any questions or would like to get in touch with us about CMIC's work, please reach out. Thanks.